and O'Neill trots down to first. A one-out walk. And now Jerry Ford steps up. Ford, 1 for 2, with a bunt single. As Prest takes a look back to first. And now a snap throw back, sliding back in safely is O'Neill. Savon O'Neill has not attempted a stolen base this season. As a matter of fact, the Tigers coming in as a team, 9 for 16 in stolen bases to attempts. Prest, and time called by Ford before Prest was into his windup. Ford back in, and the pitch, and that one is taken for ball one, throw down to second, and O'Neill is going to slide in safely as that ball hopped into the glove of Capilano. So O'Neill gets a stolen base on his first attempt of the year. Meanwhile, it's 1-0 at the plate to Ford. And that's huge because now, with the speed of Ford, able to lay down a bunt, you got to be wary of that. Looking back at second as Liberto was dancing over to try to cover maybe for a pickoff play, and time called by Ford at the plate. Prest's eyes were locked on O'Neill. Now he comes to the plate, first pitch, and that's taken on the outer corner for a strike. The count now evens at 1-1. Prest. Now Capilano sneaking over, but Prest's eyes were on the plate at the time. And time called by Ford. Again, a cat and mouse game playing over at second. Huge base runner in scoring position with one out. Now the 1-1 delivery, and that one fouled, and the count now moves to 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes with one out. Here in this pitcher's duel that has developed. And a look back to second. Sliding back in was O'Neill, but there was no throw from Prest. As nobody was on the bag to receive it, Liberto was in the vicinity, but not in position. The 1-2. And that one is sliced foul, out of play, right field side. Count remains 1-2. Privateers took game 1 of this doubleheader 4-3, with Seth Lagas picking up the save and Nick Halliday moving to 2-0 on the season. The 1-2, and that one a ground ball back up the middle, stopped by Liberto. Throw to first is not going to get Ford. The throw gets by Pitzer, and scoring from third is going to be O'Neill. So it's going to be a single for Ford, and then an E4, and Liberto allows O'Neill to score, and it's 1-0 Tigers. So Chris DeLeon stands in. With the Tigers now on top, 1-0. DeLeon squares down the bunt, and then it comes in and hits him. So DeLeon will move to first. Ford was taking off. Moves to second anyway on the hit by pitch. And now Coach Ron Maestri is coming out to have a chat with Blake Prest. And the rest of the infield congregates around the mound. be Zach Howell at bat for the Tigers. Nobody warming yet for the Privateers. As now Howell will stand in. Texas Southern has punched a run across. A walk drawn by O'Neill. Save on O'Neill. He stole second. Then Ford hit an infield single. And a throwing error by Zach Liberto allowed O'Neill to come home. Trying to lay down a bunt. It's taken. Now throw down the third. Sliding back past the bag. Now he's tagged out as Ford. Ford was safe, but he overslid the bag, and then Morgan tagged him out. So it's 2 gone. Meanwhile, DeLeon moves to second. But a huge mistake by Ford as he overslid the bag. And now, Tigers head coach Michael Robertson comes out to have a chat with the third base umpire who made the call. The throw was bobbled by Morgan. It didn't matter because Ford was going to be safe, but he overslid. Not quite sure what the discussion is about. Certainly looked like the right call. Meanwhile, Jonathan Santana takes advantage of the moment to come out to talk about this next batter, which is still Howell. And the somewhat elongated chat is now over. And now all 3 umpires are going to get together to discuss the call. And they do stick with the call.